Well, to conclude this show for the last 10 minutes, we'll be going over our take on Tayden Kaawa and what it means having him commit to the Crimson Tide. That like when I saw that news today, like the second quarterback commitment for 2026. Like once again, we struck while the iron was hot, like we did with Jet Tamala from Iowa State, flipping him from there. Like, gentlemen, what was the reaction when that news happened? Like,
Go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say with my reaction, Jackson and Manny, is that I couldn't believe we got another quarterback. Honestly, like usually you get one per class, right? And it just kind of you're done. It's rare to get two because it's kind of crazy in this day and age with the transfer portal and NIL for two guys of the same class to commit now because it's like, hey, only one guy's gonna play eventually, right? Like 2-3 years down the line when those guys are upperclassmen to potentially get their shot to start. You're not going to play two quarterbacks unless there's an injury. So honestly, just kind of shocked we got another quarterback, especially since we worked so hard to flip the other guy from Iowa State. I think it's great though. It's going to make the quarterback room even better, deeper, all that kind of stuff. But definitely shocked when I saw it.
Yeah, my reaction was very similar to that. I'm okay with us getting another quarterback, and I'm happy with it because the more options we have, the better. Because truth be told, you never know who's really going to be good until the season starts. Just because the game and practice is two different things. So I'm like very much content with it, and it just gives us more depth in that QB room. And honestly, if one person isn't playing good, it's less margin for error or it's less room for error because it's that easy to move on to the next person to see what they can do since everyone is talented in that QB room.
I agree 100%.
yeah,
Absolutely.
oh yeah, I because it's like we're making sure we're prepared for the rest of the 2020s decade. Like, regardless of who's QB, we're prepared. Although 2026 and 2027, it feels like we're going to have a lot of quarterback battles ahead of us.
Which is not a bad thing. I mean, again, like you have more depth. It's like if one guy, as you mentioned, Manny doesn't work out, you've got the other guy, and you don't have to worry about, hey, it's like this is our only option. And if he don't work out, then we have no other options. That's what a lot of teams unfortunately suffer. But having as much quarterback depth as we have right now for the next couple of years, I mean, somebody's going to end up being the guy after Ty Simpson and Keelan Russell is out of the program. So I think that I think it's great. It's just tough because of the fact, like you said, you don't want to ever lose good quarterbacks. So if they're both good, you kind of have a situation of Hurts to all over again. You never want to lose a good player to another program just because you can't play both. So it's kind of a catch-22 either way.
Yeah, and it's easy. It's easy. It's the easiest it's ever been to go to another school and go play, like with the whole transfer portal thing, and especially with NIL too, with guys being so young coming in as freshmen and things like that. It's those guys do want to see the field. Not everyone is going to be patient, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes on.
Quite a battle we're going to have in our hands. Quite a battle. Because it was like Jet Tamala, and now we've got Kaawa. I mean, but I think like he probably saw like the news that was going on at BYU. Like, nope, not me.
Like, possibly, yeah, possibly. I mean, they have a lot of stuff going on in within their program, and I mean, Bama's kind of on the flip side of like they're turning over the new leaf, kind of new culture there with DeBoer and. A lot of people are anticipating kind of like a new Alabama team, this whole post Saban era. So it's a good time to me, an outsider looking in. It's a good time to join that culture of Alabama if you want to be a part of some sort of history because it is the post Saban era, and now the lights you could argue are brighter than it's ever been at Alabama. Than it's been in a long time, I should say.
Absolutely, because I mean, there is so many question marks about the future of our program because everybody, that's outside of our fandom thinks that we're going to fall apart after, like we did with Bear Bryant. Most of the stretch between Bear Bryant, Saban, we weren't very good. The Gene Stallings era kind of was the exception, and I mean, some of the other coaches weren't terrible, but compared to Bear Bryant, Saban, it was a dramatic drop off, during that time. In the 80s and 90s and 2000s. And it's like that's what everyone is expecting us to do again. So it's like if DeBoer can continue the excellence and these players can continue the excellence in the late 2020s and 2030s, and maybe win another title or two somehow, it would just be so, positive for Alabama as a program to be a continued force with for the future. And that we can't say that, hey, we were just two coaches and that was it. That's what a lot of people always look to. You look at other programs like Nebraska that had their heyday, or Miami that had their heyday, and then they kind of fell off. It's just like that. You don't want to be that. And I think DeBoer has the potential with these players, that he's recruiting for the future to continue the excellence. But with the NIL and the portal era, it's so competitive at the top.
So true. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. I mean, because it'll be interesting, but I just know BYU, they're not going to be happy about this. But
I would not want to be BYU fan right now.
Definitely not.
But good grief. Like Arizona State, they're just kind of we're fine. We don't care. We'll get another one. But although I don't think I'd want to be at the desert, honestly. But no. Just no. It's miserable.